Hi, I'm Brittney King.
And I'm Lisset King, and welcome to Honest Feedback, a little podcast for you. We're here to answer any of your questions, anything your heart's longing for, needing a different perspective, needing to talk to someone outside of your circle because everybody is up in each other's business. You know, that's what we're here for.
Yes.
We won't tell anyone.
Anonymity.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what we are here for. We're here to offer a different perspective. My lovely wife is an awesome friend. She's hilarious. And she gives such warm, loving feedback. You deliver, the gifts wrapped in sandpaper. You deliver those lessons so that they're heard no matter what the person is going through. And I really appreciate that about you.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
I feel like people come to you because, one, you're just a pillar of our community. Yes, you're an amazing alternative therapist. The way that you understand the mind and the subconscious mind and just the work that you do is life-changing, and you can really help someone see outside, see around, be like, oh, there's an exit sign through this problem. You know? Yeah.
Oh, thank you, babe.
Yes, you're brilliant.
I'll take it.
Yay.
And today we're discussing some challenges in relationship.
Yes.
And particularly kind of like the start of a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, like
the beginnings.
The beginning. What happens when you stop sending in the representative?
Stop sitting in we describe the representative as the person, when you're like, I need to put my best foot forward. It has some truth, some hallucination, some hyperbole, something that's just like completely made up, but sounds cool. The representative.
Yes.
What happens when you don't send in that person? I would say for a long time, I was sending in the representative of like how I thought like cool Brittney should be and like what a girlfriend, a good girlfriend did and looked like and sounded like. And so, I was performing a role, the role of a lifetime. I did not want that role. But it's a hard pattern to break out of because it's like, oh gosh, what if they see me and they don't like me?
Yeah, definitely. That is scary. I too have sent the representative on many dates. Ironically, I did not send the representative out on our first date. Our first date.
Our first date? The one where I knew we were dating and she said she does not know?
I did not know, but this is the point, is I didn't know we were dating, so I didn't send in the representative. That's how I knew we weren't dating. Was because I was so myself. I was absolutely who I am, like when I show up to friends or events or things like that. And that was the person you fell in love with. That was the person you told the sandwich man you were dating.
That's true.
And that was me.
That was you.
And that's really special.
It is really special. I too did not send in my representative. And it was, I feel, because we had several we had experienced several months of being friends and in the same friend circle. So I was like, well, she already knows like the situation. She knows the situation, and we met in a space that is about growth. Yeah. So I felt like you had already seen a lot of my hot messiness. Yeah. So I was just like, well, no use. This pig has all the lipstick it's gonna get. No. Yeah. So.
Yeah. We will. We're gonna have some people navigating like new relationships today.
Yes. I'm very excited. Before we dive in, take this moment to like us, subscribe, write a comment if it feels good to you. Join our community so we can spread far, spread wide, be everywhere.
Yeah. We're just here to share some wisdom, share our truths. So help us do that.
Thank you. Now let us jump into the juicy. Caller number 1.
Hello, my name is Lola Bunny, and I'm calling. Thank you for making this available. And I'm calling because I would love advice. I am getting into a very new relationship with a man where things feel like they've never felt before. We met at a personal development conference. He has reached out every day solid for 3 months without any commitment or requests for that kind of connection on my end, and it's been super fun. And he's checking off a lot of my boxes, so I'm looking at how I've done things in the past and the gap between where I'm at in my life and where I want to go, and in relationships in particular. And I want to do this differently. We have our first trip, romantic trip, in a few weeks, and I really wanted to ask for any ideas and suggestions, rituals, practices, meditation, any strategies, any conversational tools that you might have that would support me in doing it differently, other than voicing my wants, boundaries, and needs and going slower. I find that I have voiced all my wants, boundaries, and needs. He's verbally confirmed, but I also know that when I get in the throes of physicality and I really like someone, I forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have sophisticated justifications around why that waiting rule or going slow physically rule no longer applies. So I'd love any ideas you will have.
Wow. Lola.
Yeah. Lola wants to do things differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. Sounds like she's already fired the representative.
That's a good first step.
That's a good thing.
It can be really challenging when you're in new relationship energy, and everything's like very exciting and intoxicating. You're just like, I just want to
get up in it.
Yes.
Well, I didn't smell it.
Yeah.
Taste it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
I can only speak from experience, but one of the things what can happen when you break the mold and you are different in a new relationship is you get to have a completely different relationship.
Yeah.
But it's about you showing up differently. If you want different results, you have to be different. And when Britt and I first started dating, we both came clean about that same thing. This thing about like going slowly, and it seems like you have this issue with, you take the waiting rule and you throw it out the window. We said that to each other very early on. We're like, I lead with sex and I lead with physicality. And I don't want to do that with you.
Yes. For all the reasons,
Yeah. And she said the same thing. And so we made it fun. We were like, well, we're not going to quite baby step. We're going to toddler step.
Yeah.
So it became our little code word for, there were moments where things were heated, things were escalating, and we're like, we are toddler stepping.
You're toddler stepping.
Toddler stepping. And it allowed us to slow down and both go the longest we'd ever gone without stepping into being physical.
Yes. Which I feel like was like
6 dates.
Yes.
Just a lot of dates.
That was a lot of dates. And I feel like the period of time was like a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
Still the longest time I've ever gone.
100%.
Yeah.
Dates number, time number.
Yeah, it was both. It was very
toddler step.
Calculated and loving for each other. Like, and that's the thing, is that when you have your partner, or this, first of all, I'm super excited for you. This is really exciting that you're having this new relationship and that you met in a personal development space that we had just shared, that we met in that space, and that kind of does strip away a lot of the representative, the mask, the illusions that we could put up with someone when we really like them, when we find them physically attractive. We can like lean into like character mode, like activate. And so you were asking for, rituals, practices, and meditations. And I think that, yes, but also getting this new partner involved with, it's really important for me to go in this direction, in this way. Can you support me in this? And I think they will, because if you want to be different and they want to be different and you want to see if this is really going to be something special, relationships are about leaning into each other. And so I hope this person will lean in with you for that. And what rituals and practices you can do is just like, do you got a minute?
Oh, I have tons.
Yeah, bring it.
Let me jump in. Well, it's just to back us up a little bit. You said, I want to show up differently. And here for it. And what I have learned from Atomic Habits is that in order to create lasting change, it is beneficial for us to make identity-based changes. So what that means is you actually need to become someone else in order to build the habits that the new person has. So what I would offer to you as a place to start with, like a practice, is let's come up with an anchor statement for who this new person is, who is slower to be more present before leading into physical intimacy. I don't know what your anchor statement is for you, but just to give like an outside example, when in my journey with health and fitness and figuring out what feels best for my body, one of the anchor statements that came to me is, I am a healthy person. It is a phrase that I can come to in moments of choice of how am I going to show up. And I am a healthy person for me is like, what does that mean for me? It means when I'm feeling like, should I go take this walk or should I watch another episode of Netflix? I am a healthy person. I'm going to take the walk.
Yeah.
You know, it's something you can come back to in these moments of choice and something that can anchor you into the future that you wish to have while you are creating new habits around that. And then when things become second nature, it's like, oh, you have that. You talked about the gap of like who you are and where you want to be. An anchor statement is one way to get you there. So that would be, I feel like, number one for me. And then I would say, as far as like rituals, I'm offering you to come up with a visualization. Visualize what coming together in intimacy with this person looks like, feels like, how you wish to feel. Not specific acts per se, but more of like, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel seen? Do you want to feel savored? Do you want to feel like explored? Like, what are the sensations and sort of like emotion, like high level words that you wish to create in that? And let's start visualizing on that, perhaps like in a meditation or right before you go to bed. And like that way you have that bubble of energy of space of like, that's the energy space that we are hoping to get to. And I would say for us in our exploration of the toddler steps, I wasn't like, we decided, hey, at the beginning, we're going to wait X amount of time. We both said, this is where our I need to act from sex is coming from. And like part of mine was like, I need to hide. So like, let's use sex to deflect, you know? And it was like, for me, the leaning into us taking that next step together was, when are all of those things not happening? When are those things not showing up? And I'm showing up in a space of like truth. I'm showing up in a space of like curiosity. I'm going towards. It's not an away from, it's a going towards the thing that I want. So having and letting these conversations be fun and fluid. You know what just came into my field? An amazing zine about fluid-free fun. And if I can find a link to it, I will put the link in the show notes. But it was
so cute.
So informative. It talked about consent, it talked about boundaries, but also just had a lot of playfulness of all the different ways to enjoy fluid-free fun. So I'm not sure what levels of intimacy you feel comfortable with, where the slowing down process needs to happen. If it's like, hey, I'm quick from like kiss to like get it. Or is it like where that is for you? But this was a wonderful, wonderful resource of like, what are all the other delicious activities that we can do to nourish our relationship that don't involve fluids and penetration.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great little zine. We were
Yes.
like, oh, Let's bring that back.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
awesome. Shout out to the writers.
Yes.
I'm gonna find you and find the notes.
It will be in the notes.
Yes.
Also, I just kind of want to bring it back to, like, why do you want to take it slow? And why do you want to do things differently? And what kind of relationship do you want? And just kind of to piggyback that anchor statement, when you both share where you're going, I think that was what really touched on us. We're like, we want to do this different.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because we want to have something. We want to have a different kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been unlike anything before. I've never been married before.
I've never had a relationship like this before.
Yeah.
Or been loved like this before.
Same.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Gosh, very cute. Yeah. So knowing that and having this common goal of where you're going and like, why do you want to take it slow? Why? I rush into relationships and then I, end up not liking them after a short amount of time. I've ran that pattern many times. I like come in hot, like, let's do this. And then it would fizzle and it would fade. And I didn't want to do that this time either. I just wanted to have fun with someone and I had set the intention before Brittney came into my life that I wanted something that made me feel alive, that inspired me, that lit up my heart and lit up my soul, and they were super attracted to each other, that we couldn't keep our hands off of each other, and also we had a deep respect and wanted to grow together. And these were the things I'd spoken it into existence, and then she was already there. She was living in the field. It's not like she came out of. Did you come out of nowhere? Did you come out of a box?
I came out of a shell. Aphrodite.
She did. So the shell came into my existence. No, and just knowing like that higher desire, that greater thing that I wanted, really allowed me to be the kind of person that would show up to that. Like you can't show up to that kind of love half-assed. You can't show up to that kind of love with your old patterns. You've got to come correct. And so it forces a new version of you to come through to this relationship, of both of you, hopefully. I'm wishing you well.
Yes.
I think you got this. Just lean.
Lean in.
Lean in.
Yes.
I believe in you, Lola Bunny.
Yes. Thank you so much for calling. And I set the intention that this was helpful.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Shall we dive into number 2?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I am calling because I wanted y'all's feedback on something that I've noticed come up a lot in my romantic relationships. First of all, I'm a lesbian and have been dating women for a while, but I always run into this issue where I have a lot of trouble just being completely honest with them about various things. I mean, one thing that has come up several times is when I begin to really like them and see a future with them or just know that I'm beginning to fall for them. I have a lot of trouble expressing that to them, and I tend to just sort of hide that, and so I don't scare them away. And inevitably, that is a problem and that plays out in various not, good ways. So I don't know, I guess it stems from a fear of rejection ultimately, but yeah, I feel like I had one girlfriend, first girlfriend I ever had, and she sort of broke my heart, whatever, but ever since then, I've been having a lot of trouble calling someone my girlfriend and just taking those next steps once you know you like someone and you're dating them and things are going well. That's something that I've been struggling with a lot. It's just being honest with my heart and taking that leap and etc.
Jess, thanks for calling again. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Jess. You rock, man.
Yeah.
We are here to be of service. Call as many times as you like people.
Yes.
Yes. That's a good sign. She liked our first answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to start this one?
Yeah. What first struck out to me was you said, well, I had a girlfriend. She broke my heart, whatever. For the majority of your message, things were very like long and drawn out. This sentence like literally spurted out. It was just like, she broke my heart, whatever. And I wonder, have you grieved that relationship? Have you given yourself time and space to like have processed it fully, have been sad about it, and be able to get the lessons from it and put it behind you? Because it feels like you might be taking a lot of this baggage of like, I had a girlfriend, she broke my heart. Now I can't ask other people to be my girlfriend because, you know, I'll end up back in the heartbroken place.
Yeah.
And so just the way that you spoke about it so quickly, it made me question, like, have you given yourself the time and space to like grieve that relationship and like let it go? Because it's not happening over and over again. All these new girls are not the same as that one girl, and that one experience doesn't need to dictate all of your future relationships.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of the things I picked up in what Jess said was that she had a tendency to hide, to not scare them away. Mm-hmm. And it's like, hot tip on your unconscious mind, it doesn't understand negatives. So if you say, I don't want to scare them away, you're just going to find other ways to scare them away. And
That's powerful to know.
yeah, and if you're afraid that that's what's going to happen, it's going to happen one way or another. So I advise you to like, what do you want to happen with your honesty? Like you have trouble being honest when you see a future with them. What if you just did it differently? What if you ran toward the roar? There's this analogy about lions. What happens is the old male what he does is he roars to send the prey away, and while the prey is running away from the roar, all the females, the good hunters, are in position to snatch it up and eat it. So that you run away from the thing you're scared of, but you still get eaten.
Oh, ah!
So just run toward the roar. It's your best likelihood for survival.
Ooh, deep wisdom.
Oh,
Deep.
yeah.
Sequoia.
It all comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one isn't in The Lion King, but
Yeah. Or is it?
Is it?
No, it's not.
No.
I've been blessed with lots of amazing mentors and teachers, and I have more metaphors than I know what to do with, and can't quite tell you where they came from. But that one has changed my life, to be able to lean in and run toward the roar. And you find that the thing that you're scared of is like so not scary when you're there. So express that honesty. Like if you see a future with them, just go, hey, I am scared to express this because I had my heart broken and I'm afraid of being rejected. But I like you and I see a future with you and I want to call you my girlfriend, and that's weird for me because I haven't done that in years. That's it.
That's brilliant.
You say something. And then just turn it over to them. Be like, that's my truth. And
That's how you talk. Maybe she'll say things and she'll be like, okay, you say something now.
that is how I talk. I don't give advice that I don't take. But it can be so freeing, and it can allow you to have a different type of experience. This is the not being honest. That's the representative. That's like, that's cool. I don't really care. Like it's fine. I had my heart broken, whatever. And that's not the whole truth.
Yes.
So what if you told the whole truth, and it might allow you to take the next step with them. Like take that step together.
Yes.
It might be really sweet. And if it doesn't work out, then that's not your person. And that's okay too.
Right. Yes. So much wisdom, baby. So much wisdom just packed in this tiny little pocket.
Stop it,
It's just, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like I too used to not be fully honest for fear, like you said, fear of rejection of like pieces of myself are going to be hurt. But, you know, it's like there's two ways. You might end up hurt anyway. So it's like, how can we lead with honesty and like have an opportunity for a different experience, you know? Like so much of our advice. Have you tried being honest with the person? Have you tried telling them what you feel? Like, I love everything that you said about the whole feelings about why it's scary for you. You know, someone else, the other person on the other side, it might be like, I'm scared too. I like you too. It's so good when they like you back.
It's great when they like you back.
Yes. And I feel a lot of times we've just been socialized to be like, it's cool, especially like with the prevalence of hookup culture, which I'm not like against, but it feels like there's this like separation of like, in order to be cool, you need to not have feelings. And I just don't, in my body, that doesn't feel good. And seeing how it's played out for a lot of people, it just doesn't seem like healthy for our society or our culture to like be shoving down feelings and pretending like nothing bothers us when like things do. And I feel like there's ways to show care and empathy and share one's feelings. And it's not saying like, now that I shared a feeling with you, that means like you have to like sign pieces of paper and like, you know, do all these other like, it's just like, can we be honest with each other and share our feelings and experience this moment of like nakedness together? Yeah.
I'm definitely not that cool. I have very real feelings.
Yeah.
And I didn't always express them either. And I always found myself being more hurt by the not expressing.
Yes.
Which is why we lean toward honesty.
Yes.
You know, Jess, thanks for the callback.
Yes.
We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's good. This is progress. Because before, there were no relationships.
That's true.
And now there are relationships.
Yes.
So,
Jess.
yes, Jess.
Moving in the right direction.
You're moving in the right direction. So lean into this one.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. Lean in with, you know, jump in with both feet. It's going to be fun.
Run towards the roar.
Run towards the roar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll save your life.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it will.
Yeah.
Yes, it will. Gosh, being honest has saved my life so many times. And I feel like I grew up feeling like I had to lie about so many different things, about who I was, about to be I lied for a lot of reasons, to be accepted, to get love, to all these things. And then when I finally stopped running those programs and showed up honestly, I got all the things that I was wanting and looking for and afraid that I was going to lose actually showed up in real and authentic ways. And it was just true testament to like what honesty can do for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Wow. Powerful episode.
That was really great.
Yes.
Yeah. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
And be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no need for the representative. There's no need to be that cool. No one's that cool. No one's that cool. Maybe someone's that cool. But
You know who
I
I think
haven't
are-
met them.
I think the really cool people are the very authentic, honest people. And you're like, part of the coolness is you're like, whoa, that person is radically themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, that's very cool.
You're so cute. You find those people cool.
I do.
I hope they think we're that cool.
I think you're very cool.
I think
And you're
you're-
very authentic and honest and like very truthful to who is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a muscle I've had to practice.
Mhm.
I too. I was very dishonest, like fear of rejection, fear of not being liked, fear that I wasn't interesting enough. Like, you know, like all the reasons to either hold back or do exaggerations or illusions. And it's been a muscle that has been formed over, you know, gosh, like 15 years. And still working on it. Created a podcast so we could be extra
transparent and honest.
Yeah, here we are, just laying it all out on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in being on the show, you can give us a call at
971-895-4111.
yes, and we would love to be your friend in the corner who gives you a different perspective. So give us a holler, and until we get to talk to you again,
Be honest with each other.
yeah.